How do you feel? Finally, he's speechless. Thanks, Tom. Would you like some water, man? I know you like ice cubes, but we don't have any. Okay. I am absolutely, yes.
Well, welcome everyone to this great panel. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Spike Spencer.
Woo!
Yes, I was Shinji on Evangelion. Those of you who don't know, but no, I'm LittleKuriboh. I'm Martin Villainy, also known as, and I'm the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, which is pretty awesome. So what we're going to do for this panel is I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then if you guys have any questions to ask, you can throw your hands up, or I don't know how we're going to do it, but if you guys have any questions to ask, then I'll be very happy to answer them. And then we'll show a new video, which I made especially for coming to Australia, which I won't spoil what it is yet, but it's very, very shiny, and I'm very happy with it. And then tomorrow, at my panel tomorrow, you'll be seeing a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged before anybody else. But yeah, 5 years ago, Marek died. 5 years ago, I sat down and I thought, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I'll spend 5 years making fun of it. And it seemed to turn out okay. But I have no idea where to start whenever I talk about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged was created. I mean, you all know, right? You all know the story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, surely? No? No? Who am I? I'm Big Manana. Oh, it's not working, Murray. Use the power of your rod. Your power of your rod is a microphone. What? That was one of the first questions I got asked at Smash was, how big is your rod? I've made a terrible mistake. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged I'll explain what it is first. Basically, have you ever tried to explain to somebody why you love a show, but then you realize while you're explaining to them that the only way to get them to like the show as much as you do is by actually sitting them down and watching the first 3 or 4 seasons of a TV show, and then you know they'll be hardcore into it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is basically my attempt at doing that, only without actually having to force somebody to sit through 5 days of TV. Yu-Gi-Oh! For me was always, in my opinion, and I'm sure that there's diverse opinions about the whole thing, but for me it was always about the characters, and I always thought it was very cool that Yu-Gi-Oh! In general has always remained about, at its core, about friendship and about the characters and what they go through. But obviously there's the little distraction of the card game that goes with it. And I just said, well, I'm going to do a parody of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm going to take out the card game, because that's the part, in my opinion, that kind of gets in the way of enjoying it as much as I could. And funnily enough, other people seemed to enjoy it when I took the card game out of it. Unfortunately, there was only about 2 minutes of TV left to work with. It went over well, and I made episode 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and about 12 people liked it. Then I got to episode 5, and about 12,000 people liked it. And now we're on episode 52, 53 technically, if you count the one I made for the convention, and it's still going fairly strong. I mean, it always blows my mind whenever I come to a convention and the panel rooms fill up, and I'm like, why do people still care? But I mean, oh, thank you. But it's amazing to me. I mean, the thing that blows me away the most, I think, is the fact that I don't think anybody would have cosplayed as Bandit Keith if it weren't for me. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, 5 years old as of about 2 weeks ago, which is pretty awesome. I didn't do anything special for it, unfortunately, because I was down here in Australia, but I guess that's special. Being here is awesome. I guess, what do you think, Matt? Do you have any comments, Mary?
No.
Brilliant insight from Mark. These pens are made of wood, by the way. Does anybody know about that? That's crazy. I'm impressed. But, what did you ask? But for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the Millennium Championship, by the way. This is the 8th Millennium item that isn't actually documented in the show. But it was made for me by my good friend Takahata 101. Does anybody know Dragon Ball Z Abridged? He's the voice of Nappa. And he's also very good at building silly belts as well. He's a very nice guy. But everybody at Team 4-Star are the best people. I mean, I can't say anything bad about them. I can say a lot of good things about them. And we've had a lot of great convention experiences together. And hopefully, in fact, I know for a fact that the screen is working. That next month, is anybody going to Manifest in Melbourne? Two members of Team 4-Star will actually be going, Kaizeneko and Lane Couture. For those of you who are interested in going to meet them, that'll be awesome. Did you guys want to do Q&A now? I think that's that's a yes, I imagine. Do you have a question first, or you get first different question?
Do you support thief shipping?
Do I support thief shipping? I do support thief shipping. It amuses me. I like characters who are funny together, and Marek and Bakura are very funny together. So, do we have any kind of technical setup whereby we can get the audience to ask questions or anything, or is it just people shouting things and I answer them? I think it's going to be shouting. That's not a question. I love you too. I guess. Oh, he was saying it to you. Huh? That is a question, but I won't be answering it. I'm not capable of it. Yes. Yes. Well, what you could do is you could have a line down here of people lining up to ask questions. Okay, I don't have to pick them. Okay, if you guys want to ask questions, if you want to come down to the front and line up and ask. And by the way, you can ask character questions if you want me to answer in character, so if that is an added incentive. Anybody?
So guys, come on down.
Yeah, come on down. That's it, man. Shake your money.